Hello, namaste. Welcome to yoga, this wonderful ancient wisdom practice where we come to our mats and open and move our bodies for the benefit of our bodies, this instrumentality of our being, but also to quiet and clarify our minds. So it's kind of a win-win all around. I would say another thing I think we're doing when we come to our mats to practice yoga is we're making a conscious choice to come and be right here, right in the present moment where we are. There's such a tendency with these amazing sense organs we have to keep going out, right? We're pulled into the external, what we see, what we hear, what we smell, what we taste, what we feel. Beautiful ways of being. And as much as we belong appreciating and attending to what's out there, we also belong appreciating and attending to what's right here. So in yoga, we make this beautiful, sweet, conscious turn to come and be in our bodies. So we'll do that together for the next hour plus or so. This will be an intermediate practice, and by that I mean a lot of it will be accessible to everybody, and then some things will be more challenging because challenge is part of yoga too. So we're not supposed to be able to do everything. We're supposed to play and try is what I would say. Anything that can support your playing and trying is welcome. For me, I'd like to have 2 blocks for this practice. You might want to have a strap or something strap-like, something long to give yourself some extension. I think that would be good. Anything to sit on, anything you want towards the end when we lie down. The thing about sitting on something is many of us have tightness in our bodies that doesn't allow us to really line up our spine. So giving some support under the sit bones allows us to draw the sacrum in and work towards lining it up under the rest of the spine so we can sit tall. So that could be a blanket, it could be a block, it could be a folded up towel. And once you have what you need, just finding a comfortable seat, drawing the sacrum underneath, finding that nice tall spine, and then just allowing the eyes to close. If you're not someplace where you're comfortable closing your eyes, feel free just to soften and lower your gaze. But let your awareness withdraw and come within your own being, right here. And just starting to connect with the breath. And really bring your awareness down to the root, the pelvic floor, the base of the spine, and feel how that anchors down into the earth. So rooting down through the 2 sit bones, almost as if they were your feet, like you're standing in Tadasana, mountain pose. Standing on the sit bones to allow the spine to rise tall. Lining up the neck over the spine, the head over the neck. And just take a moment to notice if you might be leaning forward or back, and just move, shift gently until you find that plumb line. Beautiful, tall, vertical. And then take a nice deep inhale. And on your exhale, allow the shoulders to drop down. Allow the arms to relax down through the elbows, the forearms, into the wrists, the hands, the fingers. Allow the thighs to be heavy. Let the feet relax. And just let yourself start to quiet. And let your awareness just watch the breath. So soft breath in and out through the nose. Soft mind, watching the breath. Soft heart. And as you stay, right, you'll notice the mind likes to go wandering off. So when it does that, lovely mind, just gently but firmly bring it back to the breath. Watching the breath move in and move out. Watching the full length of the inhale and the full length of the exhale. And staying inside, just gently lifting the hands and drawing the palms together. Moving your joined palms into the center of your chest. Take a nice deep inhale in through the nose. And on the exhale, slowly bow the head down to the heart. Releasing the back of the neck. Being right here. And then your next inhale, slowly bring the head back up. Release your hands down to your thighs. And gently open your eyes. Lovely. Thank you. So we'll start on our backs in Supta Baddha Konasana. And if you'd bring your strap nearby, just have it near you. So the Supta Baddha Konasana is the soles of the feet together, drawing the heels in towards your tush, letting the knees open, and let's rest one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly, closing the eyes and just arriving right here again. Smooth, deep, even breath in and out through the nose. And just take a moment to bring your awareness to the hand on the belly. And just feel the breath from the inside and the outside. And then moving your awareness up to the hand on the heart. Noticing the breath here on the inside and the outside. Then gently blinking the eyes open. Reach your hands around your outer thighs. Just draw the knees together. Let the feet rest. Take a breath here right in the center. And then draw the knees in. Give yourself a little squeeze or rock back and forth. And then we're just going to lift the feet up, flex the feet, slide the hands up and find your version of happy baby, Ananda Balasana. So it might be the hands along the shins, it might be the ankles, you might catch the feet. Draw the shoulders down, the heart is open, letting gravity draw the knees down, and stay still, or you might rock side to side just a couple of times. Just gently back and forth, staying inside. And coming back to center if you're moving, releasing the feet, letting them come down, and then let's extend the legs long. Flex the feet, reach the arms overhead. See if you can find long lines through your body. Supta Tadasana, Supine Tadasana. Reach through the heels, reach through the inner and outer feet. Reach up through the fingertips. And then we're going to bend the right knee, and you're going to find your strap or your strap-like object. We're going to bring the strap around the base of the foot, the right foot, both sides of the strap here in the right hand. Just draw the knee in, breathe here, and then you're going to slowly extend that right leg straight up to the sky. So wherever you are, just working to open the back of the right knee. Keep that left leg long, strong, the foot flexed, toes upright. Draw your right hip down towards your left heel. See if you can breathe, open the back of both legs. Shoulders back, chest open. Then bend that right leg, externally rotate it. So we're drawing that right knee out to the side. Anchor this left hip down. Maybe place your hand on that hip. And then from deep in the hip socket, start to extend that right foot straight out. The inner leg, the inner foot. Your foot might stay bent. It might start to straighten. Keep drawing this left hip down. And just see what you can find along that inner right leg. Up through the inner heel, the big toe mound. Heart open, face soft. One more breath here. Then bend that right leg. Release the strap. Let's place it on our left side. And then let's extend both legs long again. Reach the arms overhead. You might just feel the difference in the two sides of the body. Supta Tadasana. Find length. And then bring the arms up. Bend the left knee. Let's bring the strap around the ball of the left foot. Both pieces in the left hand. And then we're just going to extend slowly that left leg straight up. Draw that left hip down towards the opposite heel. It likes to hike up when we bring that leg up. And then both legs super straight if you can. Opening the backs of the knees. Letting your shoulders stay down. The heart is open. Just exploring length. Keeping the toes up on that right foot. Keep that leg super straight, long. And then we're going to bend that left knee. Right hand on the right hip bone to anchor that hip bone down. Extend that left leg out. And then from deep in the hip socket, go slowly so you can feel that connection of the thigh up in the hip socket as you extend the left leg long. Keep rooting down through this right hip. And now explore in your mind's eye, right, the whole inner left leg up through the inner heel, the big toe mound, that big long inseam of the leg. Breathe it open. Face is soft, breath is even. One more breath, and then we're slowly going to bend that left leg. We're going to go ahead and release the strap down. Straighten both legs for a minute. Reach the arms overhead. Find all that length again. And then bend the knees in, hands behind the thighs, and let's just rock and roll forward and back a couple times. Little massage on the spine. And then we're going to come on up. Let's have our strap nearby, and we're going to come into Virasana. So most of us need to sit on a block for Virasana. You can face forward, but I'm just going to go to the side so you can see how my ankles around the long, low block. It can be any height you need. You could even use 2 blocks to get your sacrum right there on the block. Again, so you can draw the sacrum in. Hug the outer ankles in to the sides of the block, and then draw your knees as close together as you can. They may not come together, but they might. Again, root down through the sit bones. Let the inner thighs drape down. Look, there's a string pulling the crown of the head straight up. Then bring your palms together, right thumb over left, interlace the fingers, press the palms forward, super straight arms, and on an inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Really see if you can straighten the arms, drawing the elbows in, reaching up through the inner and the outer palm. Length through the side body, like you're lifting your ribs off your waist. Take a big inhale, and then exhale, bring the arms down, bend them, palms together, left over right, cross the fingers, stretch the palms forward, hug the outer arms in, really straight arms, and on an inhale, bringing the arms up and over. Press up, reach up, draw the elbows in. You might even hug your outer hips in, your outer waist in to bring everything so you could squeeze yourself straight up. Inhale here, and then exhale, slowly bring the hands all the way down, release. We're going to inhale the arms out to the side, and on an exhale, bring the right arm under and find your eagle arms, 1 or 2 crosses. If eagle's not accessible, you can just bring your hands around your shoulders. So once you're in your eagle, gently lifting the elbows as you drop the shoulders down. Shear the head slightly back as you move the hands a little bit away from the face. And then just be here and breathe. You might even close the eyes, feeling the vertical length of the spine, sending breath into the shoulders. Face is soft. Take an inhale here. On the exhale, release your Garudasana arms. Inhale out to the side. And now we're going to bring the left arm under. Your choice about what you want to do with your arms, but set it up. Lifting the elbows if you're in eagle, dropping the shoulders down. Gently shear the head back so you're not jutting the chin forward. And then just move the hands a little bit away from the face. Connect with your breath. Stay inside. Inhale here. And on the exhale, let the arms come down. Now we're going to inhale the arms out to the side. We're going to bring the right arm up, palm back. Hand comes down to pat the upper back. Bring your left hand to your elbow to draw the elbow behind and up. See if you can keep that as you reach out and around. Internally rotate that left arm, and then you're going to see if you can clasp the hands. And if the hands don't quite reach, this is where you'll use your strap to connect the two hands. So make the choices you need to for this Gomukhasana. And then just be here and breathe, right? We're moving even more deeply into the shoulders. These beautiful shoulders that do so much for us. Sending breath to tight places, this sweet invitation for some ease to open. One more breath here. And then release the clasp, release the strap, release your arms, maybe a little bit of organic movement. And let's try the other side. So get your strap ready if you need it. Inhale the arms out to the side. The left keeps coming up, palm turns back. Flat palm on the upper back. Reach up. Here's a little assist from the opposite hand. Notice if this brings your heads forward, then you want to lift the head, bring it up and back. Can you hold that there? As you reach around, maybe bringing your strap, internally rotate the right, reach the hands up the back, see what you can find by way of fingers or your strap, and then settle in. Draw the floating ribs in. Let the face be soft. This side might be really different. It often is. Just see what's here. Connect with your breath. One more inhale. And then on your exhale, let it go. Slowly dissolve, come out. Little bit of organic movement. Really nice. So let's come off our block, move our strap to the side. Let's come to child's pose. So big toes touch. The knees can be hips distance or wider. And then just lay your body down between your thighs. Reach the hands forward, but let the elbows come down, the forehead come down. If the forehead doesn't quite reach, you can lay your head on the block. But let the hips sink down over the heels. Deep breaths into the sacrum, the backs of the thighs. Being right here. Letting our weight fall into the earth. Now reach the hands forward so the elbows are straight. Tent your fingertips. Hollow out your armpits. Lengthen through the side body. Look up. We're going to walk our hands over to the right. We're going to keep that left hip pinned back. And then you're just going to lay your head down between the arms. You might bring the hands together and interlace the fingers. You could grab the left side body back. Deep, smooth breaths. And then look up. Tent your fingers and then support yourself as you walk back through center. And we're going to come over to the left. So pin that right hip down. Make a choice how you want to position your hands, and then find the length in the right side as you bring the head slowly down, reaching out, breathing. And then lift the head, tent the hands, and walk yourself back to center. Press the palms down. Come up to all fours. So walk the knees in so they're hips distance under the knees. Hands are under the shoulders, and the wrist creases are parallel with the front of the mat. So you might need to turn your hands out a little bit. Keep the toes tucked. And on an inhale, slowly start to bring the chest forward. The groins go back. And on an exhale, press the palms, draw the belly in, big cat back. Inhale, slowly coming forward, opening the front of the body. Exhale, pressing and rounding, opening the back of the body. One more. Inhale, come forward slowly. Open and lift. And then exhale, pressing, coiling in. And then coming back to a neutral spine, we're going to draw the left hand in under the shoulder. We're going to inhale the right arm straight out and up. And on an exhale, thread that arm through and bring the side of the right side of the head down. Tense your left fingertips and use that to adjust so you could bear a little bit of weight on your neck. And then you're going to inhale the left arm straight up, internally rotate, and you're going to reach around and find something of a bind. It might be some shirt, might be some waist, it might be some inner thigh. If this in any way doesn't feel good on your neck, just bring your fingertips back down, right? To support the head. So the hips stay stable. There's a little bit of leverage on the outer right hand, so we can slowly twist open. What does the world look like from right here? And then inhale that left arm straight up. Plant the palm down, press back, you're in your all fours again. Walk the right hand in, wrist crease right under the shoulder. Inhale, reach the left arm up, and then exhale. Thread the arm through, the side of the head comes down, tent those right fingertips, adjust the head so you can bear a little bit of weight on the neck, and then inhale that right arm straight up, internally rotate, reach around, see what you can find by way of a bind. Again, if this is in any way uncomfortable on your neck, bring those right fingertips right back down to help support the weight of your body coming down on your head. Breathe it open. See what's right here. And then slowly inhale that right arm straight back up. Right hand comes down. We're back in all fours. Now really spread the fingers. Press the palms down, out the knuckles, out to the fingertips. Walk the knees back a couple inches. Really straighten your arms. Roll your triceps down. Straight elbows. Repress the index finger and thumb. Keep all of that as you slowly lift the hips up and back. Adha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And if you like to pedal out the first couple breaths in dog, if you like to wiggle around, you know what feels good for your body. Go ahead and do what you need to do. But then eventually coming to stillness. So we've got the feet hips distance in parallel. We're pressing the heels slightly out. We're lifting the inner thighs. We're pressing the upper thighs up and back. Press the inner hand, the inner wrist. Keep rolling those triceps slightly down. Find length through the arms, find length through the legs. Breathe. The head is relaxed. Just being right here. And then on an inhale, we're going to glide forward, come into our plank. You might need to change the length of your stance a little bit. Get the shoulders right over the wrist creases. Reach back through the heels. Reach forward through the crown of the head. Press the hands down and then lift under the belly and the heart, slightly protracting the upper back. The gaze is a little bit forward. Breathe. So you're welcome to bring your knees down at any time. You're welcome to rest at any time. I'm going to trust you to make this practice your own. That's the deal. Slowly lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, glide forward right into your plank. Bring the feet together at the back of the mat. Draw the right hand in a little bit under and forward of your right shoulder. You can bring the right knee down and set the back foot down, set up for your side plank on the knee, or you can bring the feet together, flex them, roll to the outside of the right foot. Find your full side plank, Vashisthasana. So really press through that bottom hand, draw the right shoulder blade in, draw the tailbone down. It's Tadasana. Can you lean back, lift the heart, maybe look up? And we're going to slowly bring that left hand down, roll through center, either on the knee or straight leg. Find your Vashisthasana right on the other side. Side plank. Long lines across the back of the heart, out the arms, down the legs. Draw that left shoulder blade in. Flex the feet. Open up. Now look down. We're going to come down on our right forearm. Forearm is straight. Right into our forearm Vashisthasana. You might stay right here if you're working on core strength and balance, or you might play with lifting that top arm. It's the same work. Shoulder blades on the back. Draw the tailbone down. Open up, lift. Now look down. We're going to come into forearm Vashisthasana on the other side. So again, stay right here with the hand down if you're working on core strength and balance, or you might play with lifting that right arm. Open the heart. Open the front hip flexors. Stack the shoulders. Breathe it open. One more breath. Now look down. We're going to come into our forearm plank. So it's the same work as plank. We're reaching back through the heels. We're reaching forward through the crown. We're lifting under the belly and the heart. Press the inner wrists, the inner hands, and then slowly bring the hips down. So you're probably just about in Sphinx. Just check to make sure the shoulders are right, the elbows are right under the shoulders. The forearms are parallel. Press the hands down and see if you can isometrically draw the elbows back. Bring the heart through. Super straight legs. Hug the outer ankles in. And then slowly come all the way down. We're going to tent our fingertips in line with our heart right off the mat. Hug the outer legs in. Tone your belly. Draw your tailbone back to the heels. Keep all of that as you inhale. Come up. Just this wide fingertip cobra. Shoulders down. Slowly bring yourself down. Let's do a couple of those on the breath. Inhale, come up. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, roll down. Forehead comes down. Plant your palms right by your lower ribs. Press the hands, outer elbows in, outer ankles in. Tone the belly, long tailbone, inhale, come up. Shalabhasana, cobra. Drawing the elbows in, drawing the shoulders down. Slowly come down, take a breath. Repress the hands, same actions in the legs. Inhale, come up, find cobra, Bhujangasana. Stay here, continue pressing the arms straight. So you're just on your flat palms, tops of the feet. Feet are together, ankles in. Tone the belly, lift the heart, shoulders down. And then press the hands slowly, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Find your breath, find your center. Landing right inside yourself again. Then we're going to step the feet as wide as the mat. We're going to bring our hands in a little bit. We're going to shorten our dog. Feel this sweet short dog. And then you're just going to reach the right arm through outside the left ankle. Just find a little twist. See if you can keep the hips where they are. Just turn at the waist, look under your armpit. Bring the right hand back to the short dog. Crossing the left hand under, maybe outside the ankle. Stabilize the hips, turn at the waist. Breathe open the back of the legs. And slowly bring that left hand back down. Bring the feet together. Walk the hands all the way back. Heel toe your feet so they're hips distance actually. Put a nice bend in your knees and just fold forward. Clasp opposite elbows. Just hang for a few breaths. Let the weight of the elbows draw the torso down and long. And then change the clasp with the elbows. Maybe work on straightening the legs, lifting the hips, opening the back of the knees. Weight drifts towards the toes, spine long. Then release the hands down, slight bend in the knees, tuck your tailbone and just start to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Root down through the feet. Press, stand, tall. Nice. Let's come to the front of the mat. Let's find our Tadasana mountain pose. So the big toes touch, the heels are slightly apart. You're welcome to separate the feet more if that's better for your body. Press the palms gently into one another. Draw the tailbone down, shift the weight into the heels, gently shear the head back. Feel that long plumb line again. And then on an inhale, reach the arms out and up, maybe look up and touch. And on an exhale, hinging at the hips, slow swan dive all the way down, folded in, Uttanasana. On an inhale, come halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. So take a few breaths here with some support. You can really lengthen the spine, shift the hips back, reach the crown of the head forward. So thighs, shins, some of you might be able to bring your fingertips to the mat, but don't sacrifice the length of the spine. Take an inhale here, and then exhale, plant your hands shoulder distance, step back, find plank. Come an inch forward, hug your elbows in, come halfway down chaturanga. You're welcome to be on your knees. Come all the way down for cobra, or just come over the toes. Upward facing dog. Exhale the hips up and back, downward facing dog. So in this flow practice, we move through these vinyasas. You're always welcome to skip them. Do some of them, not all of them. Rest in child's pose when your body needs. Next, exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Step one foot and then the other together at the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway up, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands come down to the heart. Tadasana mountain pose. So let's flow through a few A's together on the breath. Inhale, reach. Exhale, leading with the heart, hinge at the hips, take the full breath all the way down. Inhale, halfway up, long spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, find plank. Come forward, elbows in just halfway down, then either all the way down for cobra or over the toes, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Breathe, be steady, soft. Next, exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or lightly hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands come down through heart center and then keep it going. Inhale, open and reach. Exhale slowly like you're moving through water. Fold it in. Inhale, halfway up, crown of the head moves forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, find plank. Shift forward, elbows in, come halfway down, then your back bend, either cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Now bring the feet together at the back of the mat. From your inner right thigh, inhale the right leg back up behind you, three-legged dog. First, keep the hips neutral. Both legs straight. Both arms straight. Can you even the weight out right to left? Find length. Then firm into that standing leg. Roll the left hip under to open the right hip up. Bend that top knee. And see if you can hook the tailbone long and away from you as you externally rotate both hips. Both elbows straight. Can you keep all of that as you re-extend that top leg and then mindfully bring that right hip down even with the left. Take an inhale here, get even longer. And then exhale, come forward, knee into chest. Really draw that knee in towards your sternum. You're on the back ball of the foot. Press the hands, shoulders over the wrists. Look down, use all that space to step the right foot forward, long lunge. So on the fingertips, get that foot forward enough to the ankles right beneath the knee. Weight in that front heel. You might even pick up the toes. Draw that right hip back and in. Lengthen your spine. Lengthen the back leg. Breathe. Then we're slowly going to let that back knee come down. Let's move it back an inch or two. Pat it if you need it. Keep the hips coming forward as you inhale. Come on up. Anjaneyasana. So we're drawing the tailbone down. Lift the lower belly. Like in the beginning, reach the arms up straight, out past the fingertips. Maybe the gaze rises. Maybe the palms join overhead. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, hands come down through heart center. Fingertips come down to frame the front foot. We're going to flex that front foot, shift the hips back. This is a great place to come up on blocks. We want to find length in our spine. So on blocks, our hands down. Send the tailbone back. Open the heart, lengthen the spine, and stay here. You might choose to fold in, so your choice to keep the heart open or let the spine fold. And just take some nice breath into that right hamstring. See what's right here. And then slowly, if you're folded, come back up. We're going to rebend that front foot. Straighten the back leg, and then move that right foot a little bit to the right. So you've got about hip distance between your hips. Weights in that front heel, and we're going to inhale, come on up, find our crescent. So bending in the front knee. Actually, let's first bend in the front knee, draw the tailbone down, and then we're going to come about halfway up. And when you're halfway up, can you reach back through the left big toe mound, extend that whole inner left leg, come down, rebend, drawing that left hip forward towards the right knee. So come halfway out, extend through the left leg, slowly come down, drawing the outer left hip towards that front knee. Try that one more time. It's not easy, I know. Come halfway out, extend through the inner left leg, come halfway back down, draw that outer left hip towards the front knee. Maybe start to look up. Maybe the palms join. Big inhale here. And then exhale, slowly come down. Both hands are going to come down inside that front foot. We're going to find a block. Back knee comes down, pat it again if you'd like. We're going to place a block at some height inside that front foot and then come down on your forearms into lizard. So the block can be at any height. We're still standing on that front foot and we're still hugging that right knee into our right shoulder. And then notice if you're really coiled, can you uncoil a little bit? Can you lift the heart? Can you maybe start to look forward, even as you let the hips keep sinking? And just be here and breathe. See what's right here. Where can you soften? And then slowly come off the block. Let's move the block to the side. Plant your hands on either side of that front foot. Straighten the back leg. Use your core. Step back, find plank. Come forward, elbows in, halfway down, chaturanga. Over the toes, cobra or upward facing dog. Press the inner hand. Exhale the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. And just find your steadiness, find your breath, find your length. Come back to yourself, and then bring the feet together at the back of the mat. From the inner left thigh, inhale the left leg back up behind you. First, see if you can keep the hips even. Super straight arms. Can you balance right to left? Super straight legs. Find length.
Then press through that standing foot to draw the right hip under. Open and stack the hips. Bend that top knee. Now take your tailbone, coil it away from you towards that back knee. Draw it under. Externally rotate both hips. Keep that as you re-extend that top leg. Then mindfully bring that left hip down. Take an inhale here, get even longer. And then exhale, bring the knee forward into the chest, look down. It's a big cat back. You've got the knee pressing into the sternum or close. Shoulders over the wrist. Now use all that space to slowly step forward. Find your long lunge. Weights in that front heel. The heel's right under the knee. The knees drawing all the way across through the thigh bone back. Draw, cut under that left hip back and in. On the fingertips. Reach through the back heel. And then slowly let that back knee come down. Move it back an inch or two. Pat it if you need. Keep the hips coming forward as you inhale. Slowly drawing up, Anjaneyasana. Drawing the tailbone down. Lifting the lower belly. Lifting the whole front body up into the arms. Maybe looking up. Maybe touching the palms overhead. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, hands come down through heart center. Frame the front foot, get steady on the fingertips. Flex the front foot, send the hips back. Can you do that as you keep the spine extending? Like you're reaching your heart towards that front big toe. Again, a great place to come up on 2 blocks. And then make a choice to keep the spine long or maybe play with folding it in. Neither one is better. You can play with different ones at different times. You'll feel slightly different work through that hamstring, really through the whole body. Be here and breathe. Then slowly bring the spine back up. Rebend the front knee. Extend the back leg strong. And then move the left foot a little bit to the left. Again, the weight's in that heel. When you get stable, inhale, come on up, crescent. So first bending in the front knee, just finding your stability. Then we're going to come about halfway out of that bent knee. Extend through that inner right leg all the way to that right big toe mound. Keep that as you rebend and wrap that right hip towards the left knee. Halfway up, extend through the inner right leg. Bend down, bringing the outer right hip forward. One more time. Halfway up, press that big toe mound, the whole inseam of the right leg. Slowly rebend, bringing that right outer hip forward. Maybe inhale, find length through the front body. Look up, touch the palms, take a breath, and then slowly hands come down through heart center. Both hands inside that left foot. You might want to move it a little bit more to the left. Bring the back knee down, find your block inside that front foot. You might need to adjust a little bit so you have space to bring the forearms down. And then can you really still work to extend the spine, stand in that front heel, and hug this left knee into the left shoulder. And breathe. One more deep breath. And then slowly come off the block, move the block to the side, frame the front foot, straighten the back leg. Use your core to step back, come an inch forward, halfway down chaturanga, over the toes, your back bend, lift the heart. Exhale the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Just arriving right here. Dog becomes the sweet resting pose, or of course you're welcome to come down to child's pose. Next, exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Step or lightly hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands come down to heart center, Tadasana. Really nice. Okay. So we're going to shift a little bit. We're going to come to the center of the mat the long way. We're going to come down on our knees. And I would suggest that some of you pad your knees here because the knees can be sensitive. So right in the center on the knees. we're going to put the blocks, just have your blocks to your side for a moment, hands on the hips. So you're going to extend the right leg straight out, and you're actually probably going to want that heel to come a little bit forward of your left knee so that this hip isn't coming back. So you can start to square the hips. Some of you are going to point that toe, some of you will flex it, see what feels more stable. One block is going to be right out here outside the left knee. The other block, let's have it a little higher to start outside the right knee. We'll see how this goes. So get the hips even, draw the tailbone down. Reach the arms out to the side, and then we're going to come down on this left hand, so move the block so it's right under the shoulder. Keep drawing that right hip down as you reach over, right gate pose. Find that big side extension to the right side body. Spin the heart up, spin the belly up. Reach that top arm straight, maybe look up. What's right here? And then slowly come on up. Keep yourself stable through, both arms out. Now we're going to come to the other side. So reach that left arm up, make a choice about the height of this block, and then start to reach up and over. Keep drawing the tailbone under, just like we hooked it in our three-legged dog. Lift the belly, lift the heart. How much length can you find through that left side body? Again, your choice. You can either point that right foot, you can flex it, play with where you find the kind of sensation that feels good right now. And then slowly inhale, come back up. Hands on the hips. Let's bring that right knee in. We're back to center. Shift your blocks. So we're going to go the other way. We're going to find gate pose with the left leg coming out. So we're going to extend the left leg. And again, you want to have it so your hips are relatively square. So some of us need to bring that left heel a little bit forward. Find your center. Okay, so we're going to go to the right first. Bring the arms out to the side. And then we're going to inhale. You might need to move this block a little bit. See if you can have a flat palm. Keep drawing that left hip down. Extend through the left side body. Can you spin the belly, the heart slightly up? Maybe look up. Just see what's here. We don't often extend our side body this way. It might feel kind of weird. The breath might feel strange. Just see what it's like. And then inhale, come back up through center. And then we're going to slowly tilt to the other side. This block can be at any height outside that left knee. Reach up, turn the palm in, draw the tailbone under, go slowly so you can stay steady, right? So you can find your stability as you open slowly. And again, notice if you're pitching down, we want to draw the tailbone under, lift the heart, maybe lift the gaze. One more breath. And slowly come back up to center. Nice. Let's come back to our knees. Let's move the blocks off to the side or to the back. And then actually, let's come to standing in our Tadasana in the center of the mat. Big toes touch. Find your steadiness. And then just bring your hands to your hips. We're going to find a wide stance with the feet parallel. You might extend your arms out to the side and just see that your ankles are beneath your wrists. That's a good place to start. And then we're going to turn that left foot in and the right foot out so it's parallel with the sides of the mat. Inhale to find length. Exhale, slowly start to bend that right knee into your Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Can you keep that back leg steady and strong? Keep opening that right knee so you can see the big toe inside. Draw the tailbone down. Can you press into that back edge of the back foot and the inner edge of the back foot as you bend a little lower? Breathing. Maybe a little lower. Super straight back leg. Right, notice, can you get some weight in that back leg? It's not all in the front leg. Then stay right here. We're just going to start to lean forward, come on that elbow. Reach that top arm up and over. And then again, can you get steady in that back leg so you can really bend in that front knee? Maybe even relax that front thigh. And then again, spin the belly, spin the heart, maybe look up. Parsvakonasana. Stay this low in the legs as you inhale, come back to warrior two. Straighten the front leg. We're going to go into Trikonasana, so make a decision about the length of your stance and then let the hips go back. Keep the heart open. Little bit of softness in that front knee, and then the hands just open up. Can you have weight in all four corners of that front foot, especially the big toe? Open the heart, lean back. Maybe you play with looking sideways or up. Support the head from underneath. Now stay right here, but look down. We're going to bring that top hand to the waist. We're going to come into Ardha Chandrasana, but we're going to come with a bent leg. So have a block towards the front of your mat if you need a block. You're going to bend that right knee, step the back foot in a couple inches, reach your right hand out, use your block, and you're going to come into a bent leg Ardha Chandrasana. So firm that right hip in, really bend that standing leg, super straight back leg, flex that back foot. Now firm that right hip in and root down to your heel as you slowly straighten that right leg into full Ardha Chandrasana. Maybe extend that top arm. Firm that bottom hip underneath you. And again, hook the tailbone, draw the tailbone long, externally rotate both hips. Breathe it open, full expression, and then slowly rebend that standing leg. Can you gracefully come back? Find your Vira 2. Straighten that front leg. Hands come on the hips. We're going to externally rotate that left foot a little bit. And then we're going to come slowly down into our Skandasana. So go slowly so you can get steady. It's this big side squat. You might stay hovering up above. I'd like you to keep this right heel down, or you can come down to sit. You might flex those left toes, open the heart. See what's right here. And then use some support to bring yourself down to have a seat. And then you're going to bring that right foot. If you can, I'd like you to bring the heel right into the center of the pelvic floor. If not, it can be a little bit over. It depends on the openness. Hands behind, get up in the sit bones, find a nice tall spine. Now we're slowly going to twist to the right. So twist towards your right knee. Tall spine. Straight left leg. Keep those toes upright. And then we're going to take that right arm. We're going to inhale. We're going to stay twisting. And we're going to start to come over towards that left leg. You're welcome to use a block here. You're welcome to use a strap to reach for your toes. Just go slowly. You're welcome to place a hand behind your head and lean back, but we're looking for that opening in the right side body. So the right heel, the right hip is pressing down. We're spinning the belly up. We have that left forearm resting inside the foot or the ankle or the shin on a block or on the mat. It's a big opening, so be here and breathe. Just a few more breaths. And then slowly inhale, come back up to sitting in the center. Go slowly. Woo. Move your props out of the way. We're just going to plant our hands, step back, find our plank. Come an inch forward, elbows in, halfway down, chaturanga. Find your back bend, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Then next exhale, bend the knees, look forward, which is backwards. Step or lightly hop to the back of your mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. Okay, we've got another side, back to the center of the mat. Start with steadiness on 2 feet in Tadasana. Hands on the hips. Let's find that nice wide stance. Maybe stretch the arms out so you can see that the ankles are right beneath the wrists. And then we're going to externally rotate the left. That foot's parallel with the side of the mat. Slightly turn the back foot in. Heel to arch or heel to heel alignment. Take an inhale, find length. Then on an exhale, slowly start to bend that left knee. Might need to adjust the foot a little bit. We want to keep firming that left hip under, reaching equally forward and back. And again, investigate that back leg really straight. Can you press into the outer edge of the foot in the back, but also the inner edge of the foot in the back? Maybe as you bend a little bit more deeply. Maybe a little bit more deeply. Keep drawing the tailbone under, relax the shoulders. Then stay right here. We're just going to lean forward, bend that front elbow, weight on the forearm, reach that top arm up and over. Can you get really steady in that back leg so you can actually relax in that front thigh? Then spin the belly up. Maybe lift the heart. Maybe lift the gaze. Keep drawing the tailbone underneath you. Keep bending in that front knee. Oh, there's so many things to do here. But also, can you just be one more breath? Then slowly come right back up. Viratu. Straighten the front leg. Make a choice about the length of your stance, and then shift the hips, keeping the heart open. A little bit of softness in that front knee. Finding your way down without collapsing that top shoulder forward. Drawing the tailbone underneath you. Let that open your heart so you can lean back. Take up space. Trikonasana triangle. Pressing into that front big toe. Now stay right here. Just look down. We're going to bring that top hand to the waist. Bring your block if you need it. Remember, we're going to Ardha Chandrasana with a bent leg. So bend the left leg. Walk the back foot in about a foot. Reach that left arm out. It's about a foot in front of your pinky toe. Hug that left hip in the whole time and come to your Ardha Chandrasana with a bent standing leg. So it's a lot of work, right? We're really straightening and lifting that back leg. Firm that left hip underneath you. Ground into that front heel. Draw your tailbone long, and from there, play with straightening that standing leg. And then draw the tailbone, hook it underneath. Externally rotate both hips. Maybe extend that top arm. Maybe start to spin the belly, the chest. You want to play with your gaze. You might look sideways or up. Take up space, fullest expression. Breathe it open. Then mindfully rebend that standing leg. Slowly go back. Virabhadrasana 2. Straighten the front leg. Hands on the hips. Now let's turn that back foot out slightly. And you're going to go slowly because we've all got different knees and hips into this Skandasana, right? We want to stay balanced. We want to be kind to our knees. So you might come part way down. You might come all the way down. You might bring your hands to heart center. Right? It's this opening in the hips and that big right inseam. Drawing the pelvis down, lifting the heart. One more breath. And then wherever you are, using your hands for some support, finding your way down. We might all come down a little differently. And then bring that left heel as close to the center of your pelvic floor as you can. Straight right leg, keep the toes up. Inhale, twist towards your left knee. So first feel the twist, the rooting of the sit bones, tall spine. Take another inhale. And then exhale, slowly start to let that right elbow come down, the shoulders towards the leg. You can have a block inside that right leg. You can use a strap to reach for the toes. You can place your left hand behind your head. Use the weight of your head to open. Some of you eventually will reach for that inner heel, the toes. Wherever you are, it's perfect. Just find that opening in the left side body. Again, seeing if you can spin even the smallest bit. The torso up. Breathe. And then slowly inhale to come up. Come slowly. It's a big opening. Sit for a moment. See what that's like. And then plant your hands. Step back. Find plank. Come an inch forward. Elbows in. Halfway down. Chaturanga. Press the inner hand. Come over your toes. Open the heart. Shoulders down. Exhale the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Land right here. Find your breath. Find your center. Next, exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or lightly hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. Tadasana, mountain pose. And let's come back to the center of our mats. Feet together, back to our Tadasana. Press the palms into one another. Slightly tuck the tailbone under and just slowly start to come down. Little squat, supporting ourselves as we come down. Bouncing here for a moment, spine long. And then let's just have a seat. So we're going to come into our Dandasana staff pose. This is a place where, if there's still some of this action happening, you might sit on a blanket or a block to really bring the sacrum underneath. Find that tall spine. So start with the hands flat by the side so you can reach down to lengthen the spine. Reaching from the inner feet, the outer feet. Okay, we're going to bend the right leg, bring the knee in, just hug, wrap your arm around that shin for a moment. Use that to pull the back body into the front body, lengthen the spine. Now we're going to take one hand on either side of that right foot. We're going to lift the shin so it's parallel. And we're going to draw that knee in towards our armpit. And then we're going to notice, am I dumping back? Can I keep the knee there, drawing in as I lengthen the spine up? Again, like there's that string pulling the crown of the head straight up into the sky. So this is a place to stay, right? We're doing a little journey towards a more challenging pose or two. So this is a place to stay if you're working hard and it feels good, like there's integrity and you just want to be here. I respect that. The next step is going to be externally rotating that right hip, flexing the right foot, and then you're going to work on bringing that flex foot right in your inner cradle of the elbow. And then you want to bring that right hip slightly forward. And again, you want to see, can you bring the back body into the front body, tall spine, keep that right foot flexed, and then maybe a little bit of movement, like rocking, cradling our leg. Could be circles, could be forward and back. And then just come to stillness and check in, is this the next place to stay if you're on the journey? Because this is a huge hip opener. So you're welcome to stay right here. If you want to play with the arm balance, which is really fun, it's a little clowny, you're going to release the cradle. You're going to take your right hand, come inside your right leg. And then you're going to see, how high can I get this leg up? Maybe it hangs right above my elbow. That's fine. Maybe I can start to get the leg up towards the shoulder. Maybe like a sack of potatoes, can like hike it up and get it over the shoulder to see where yours goes. Wherever it is, can you keep it there as you place the right hand flat down right by your outer hip? Can you use those muscles to keep hugging that leg in? Place the left hand by the left hip. Flex both feet. Draw your belly in and play with lifting. Just play. Just see if you can draw the belly in and back. Lift up. Take a breath. Slowly let it come down. Hold on to this foot again. So we're going to bend the left leg. We're going to bring that heel right back into the center where we had it before. This is a place to stay. This is a lot, right? Just stay here and breathe. If you're like, this is already a pretzel. If you feel like you have more, we're going to play with compass. So you're going to take your left hand outside of your right foot. Bring your right hand down outside by this opposite foot. And you're just going to play with, can I come under? And we're not forcing anything. These are our delicate, beautiful hamstrings. So maybe it's just like peeking under with this little foot right here. Or maybe some of you are going to play with extending. Up. See what's right here, wherever you are. Take one more big breath. And then rebend that top leg. Bring your arm out from underneath. Extend the right leg long, extend the left leg long, shake it out. Ha-ha. Let's see what the other side is like. Back up high in our sit bones. So press down to get up on the sit bones. And maybe you're sitting on a blanket or a block. Find your Dandasana. Steadiness. Then we're going to bend the left leg. Stand on that left foot. Bring your left hand around the front of the shin and use that to draw the back body into the front body. Stand on this heel, right? Stand on your sit bones. crown rising tall. Now we're going to take one hand on either side of the left foot and we're going to lift the left foot up, flex it, bring the shin perpendicular, and here are the things to explore. Can you bring the knee back under the armpit? And when you do that, oh, am I dumping? Can I slowly, it's not easy, this is the work. Strong, straight, right leg, lifting straight up through the crown. Be here and breathe. And again, this is a great place to stay and work. This is a pose. It's all a pose. If you want to go a little bit further, make sure this left foot is flexed, externally rotate that hip, and play with getting that flex foot right in the crook of your elbow. You're going to bring that left hip a little bit forward, and then the work is to hold everything there as you work on straightening the spine, drawing the back body into the front body again. And then maybe a little bit of movement just to lubricate that big hip joint. Not forcing anything, right? Listen with your inner eye, your inner ear to make sure everything is going well for your body. Sweet leg. Okay, and then coming back to stillness and checking in. Is this plenty? If so, please stay here and breathe. If you're going to take the next step, you're going to uncrook that foot. You're going to take your left hand and come under this right knee. And then you're going to see how high you can get it. For some people, it's going to be right here. We can actually lift from there or play from lifting from there. But if you can get it a little higher, it's going to be easier. And if you can sort of like sling it over your shoulder, hold it there, left hand right outside the left hip. And then can I use my muscles we used in that lizard pose to hold the knee in? Right hand comes down by the right hip. I'm pressing both palms down. I'm hugging everything into the midline, and then I'm letting my hips come back, and I'm using my core just to pick up. Just see what's here. Give it a try. Tiny little press. Nice. And then let it go. Stay here, or you're going to bend that bottom leg so that heel comes right to the center of your pelvic floor again. See, re-hike that knee up on your shoulder, and then bring your left hand down. Start with it maybe outside that right foot. And then we're just going to play, and we're going slowly because we're going to be so kind to those hamstrings. It might be right here. We might stay there and we might find a little bit more. We're starting to bring the chest through. We're pressing this arm back. Maybe the hand is outside that left foot, and we're playing with coming into our compass. So breathe wherever you are. Give it love. Give it appreciation, the joy of being alive in these bodies. One more breath, and then slowly let it come out. Release, melt down, straighten the legs. Whew. Little organic movement. Maybe you want to shake everything for a moment after all that, even the head. And then if you come facing towards the front of your mat, if you're not there already, bending the knees so the heels are right at the very front. Bring the arms forward and then slowly uncoiling the spine from the bottom, one vertebrae at a time, supporting ourselves as we come down, all the way down, and then walking the feet in, parallel and hips distance. Maybe reach down and see if you can just touch your heels, plant the feet, lift the toes, press all four corners of each foot. Let the toes come down. And then really pressing the inner foot, slowly rise the pelvis. Go slowly enough that you're not clenching the glutes. You're standing on the feet. By standing on the feet, we're pressing up into our bridge, Setu Bandha. And then you can stay here, or to help roll the shoulders under, you can clasp the sides of the mat, hold that to draw the shoulder blades underneath, or you can just roll the external shoulder under, interlace the fingers, maybe press the palms. Be here and breathe. The eyes are soft. We're standing on the feet. We're extending the tailbone towards the back of the knees, so we're not scrunching the lower back. And we're seeing as we breathe and stand, can we lift up behind the lower back, behind the mid back, maybe even slightly behind the heart. And then stay right here, but release your hands wherever they are. Reach them straight overhead, palms down. Now from the top of the spine, uncoil one vertebrae at a time. Slowly, slowly. Oh, until the sacrum comes down. Bring the arms straight out to the sides. And just take a breath here in constructive rest. And then we're slowly going to let the knees fall to the right. Just gently, outer right foot, inner left. Come up through center. Slowly let the knees fall to the left, outer left foot, inner right. And then as slowly as you'd like, just gently, a couple times, rolling back and forth. Across the feet, through the hips, through the lower back. With this gentle movement, side to side, a little loosening of the sacrum. Slow and steady. And then bring the feet back to center. Feel all four corners of each foot. Feel the weight of your body down in the earth. And then if you just reach out and find one of your blocks, we're going to press the feet again, just enough to slide the block in the low, broad way beneath the sacrum. Get it right under the sacrum. Reach the arms straight out to the side if you would. Draw the shoulder blades a little bit under the back, and then really check to make sure you've got the natural curve of your lower back. And if that feels stable, you can go ahead and lift one knee and then the other, keeping that natural curve. And if that feels steady, you can lift one foot and then the other. And just find your way into this very gentle inversion. There are the toes up there. Hello, toes. There are the legs that support us all the time. Letting the blood flow down. Feeling the back of the heart, the back of the head. Maybe closing the eyes for a few breaths. Dropping in. And then just feeling whatever there is to feel, any sensation or trembling, lightness or heaviness. Maybe the sensation of cooling. And then slowly bending one knee and then the other. Bringing one foot down and then the other. Just pause for a moment with the feet on the ground. Feel all the different surfaces of the feet pressing, and then push down just to lift the hips enough to slide the block out. Slowly let the hips come down. And just take a moment there in constructive rest. The surrendering of our weight, of our being to the earth. Noticing how you feel. And then just checking in about your final pose for this practice. So it could be, if you have any uncomfortable sensations in your lower back, you might straighten your legs and place something behind your knees to support the lower back. You could also spread the feet and just let the knees knock in. That can be lovely for the sacrum. You could also come right back to where we started, which is this Supta Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet together. And if you're going to do that for Shavasana, it'd be nice to actually have a block under each knee, just so the weight's not hanging there. Or if you want to come into some form of the classical Shavasana, it's the feet about hips distance, and then we let the feet flop open. Set our body down, draw the shoulder blades slightly under the back, and then I think it's really nice to spread the arms straight out, but you're welcome to bring them down a little bit, but a little bit of external rotation so the palms can be up. You're welcome to cover yourself. You're welcome to use any props you need to support yourself, and do any last wiggling or shuffling or finding your way in. And then once you've got it, just close the eyes. Notice where your body is making contact with the earth, and really let those contacts widen. Just drop down and in. And then notice where your body's making contact with the air, the lightness of the air, and just let those contacts widen. Right, dissolving the edges, softening, letting go. Shavasana.
And then slowly, very slowly, just starting to shift your awareness back into the body. Maybe taking a deeper breath. Noticing what it's like to come back in. And then when you're ready, finding some small movement. You could rub your thumbs against your fingers, wiggle your toes, stretch your face a little bit, or maybe reach the arms overhead, find a stretch. When you're ready, bending the legs, the feet come down on the earth, drawing the knees in, reaching the right arm straight out overhead, just letting the knees come down to the right, rolling over, that sweet fetal position. Just pause for a moment, staying inside. And then keeping the eyes closed if you can. Just press that left palm down. Come on up. Let the sit bones find the earth. Find a comfortable seat. Up on the sit bones. Letting the palms rest on the thighs. Just taking a moment to be quiet. Be inside. Savoring whatever's here after all of that hard work. And then lifting the palms, touching them together, bringing the hands into the heart. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you very much. Be well.